Welcome back to TCM and our lineup for Easter Sunday. I'm Alicia Malone, and after watching the musical Godspell, we have another film about the life of Jesus for you now. From 1965, it's The Greatest Story Ever Told, directed by George Stevens and uncredited David Lean and Jean Negulesco. The cast in this film is truly remarkable. Joining Max von Sydow as Jesus, you'll see Claude Rains, Sidney Poitier, Shelley Winters, Angela Lansbury, Jose Ferrer, Dorothy Maguire, Charlton Heston. I could go on. The list of star names is unbelievable. Given that cast, plus the scope of The Greatest Story Ever Told, the budget needed to be huge. Also, the film was partly shot on location in Utah and Arizona with many crew members and extras. Several weather issues made production tricky, including an unexpected snowstorm, and George Stevens' penchant for filming multiple takes cost a lot in overtime. Even shooting on a soundstage proved costly, with the building of enormous sets requiring a lot of money. Unfortunately, this film didn't make its budget back, and for a time it held the record for the biggest box office flop. But for us, it's just fun to see all of these stars who were unlikely to be together in one film. And I do want to tell you one funny story from the set. Now, this probably didn't actually happen, but even John Wayne himself thought it made for a good anecdote. As it goes, when George Stevens was directing John Wayne for his cameo, he wanted him to say his line, "Truly, this man was the Son of God," with more reverence. Stevens told Wayne, "Duke, what we need in this line is something more. Look up to the man and give us some awe." Wayne nodded, and then when the cameras rolled, he looked up and said, "Aw, truly this man was the Son of God." I love that. Nominated for 5 Oscars from 1965, this is The Greatest Story Ever Told. The Greatest Story Ever Told did not receive very great reviews when it was released, but it was nominated for 5 Oscars: Best Art Direction, Best Visual Effects, Best Costume Design, Best Score, and Best Cinematography for William C. Mellor and Loyal Griggs. William Mellor was a veteran cinematographer who had worked closely with director George Stevens. Mellor had actually served in the US Army Photography Unit with Stevens during the war, and he'd also shot A Place in the Sun, The Diary of Anne Frank, and Giant for the director. Mellor was in his late 50s when he started working with George Stevens for The Greatest Story Ever Told, but sadly he didn't get to finish the movie. He died from a heart attack during production, with Loyal Griggs brought in as his replacement. Well, from one star-studded religious epic to another, right after this break on TCM's Easter Sunday, we'll be watching a 1953 drama about the crucifixion of Jesus, featuring Richard Burton, Gene Simmons, Victor Mature, and more.
Next on TCM, The Robe, then Easter Parade, and later, King of Kings. Easter movies rule on TCM today.